everybody. Welcome back. Appreciate you tuning in. Gonna get working on this cage here. Get some the tubes bent up. I got the cage pretty much designed in Bentech, so let's get going on. So I got the cage mostly designed. I've got to design a dash bar still, and then just the down tubes off the back of the main hoop. I'll probably just do those freehand. We'll see, maybe I'll measure it all up, put them in here, but yeah, that's what the cage design looks like. Big door bars stick all the way out to the doors. Got enough uprights for formula drift. Main hoop looks good. Everything looks good, so time to start bending some tube in a little bit. All right, so I made a couple of changes to the cage, to the door bars. So just kind of kicked them out a little sooner. Just did a straight line, or line back at an angle there. Should look a little better. I think it'll fit well, so yeah. The Bentech's pretty cool. So once you get your cage design, it literally spits out instructions. So you mark all your tube. First bend is at 3.987. Rotate at 28 degrees. Second bend is at 13.871 from the start of the tube. Third bend, you rotate it back from there 12 degrees, 45.321. So second bend right here. Yellow, focus, right there. Third bend's right there. And then it's just clocking the tube. We got my indicator on, and just go to the degree. Once you have a bunch of tubes bent, it's got spring angle too. I always check my tubes after I bend them just to make sure, because it seems like different tubes where you get them from is they have different springs, so spring rates. So it's just, but yeah, pretty cool. Alrighty, so we got both boxes made, welded up, tacked into place. I got the main hoop tacked into place as well. It doesn't even move because it fits up there so tight. So yeah, we just gotta get our A-pillars cut out now and take some more measurements, make sure that everything looks good as we're going along, because this I had to cut down a little bit. It was definitely higher or lower than I had thought, so definitely gotta take some measurements, but all looks good. This gap is about the same as that gap over there. We're in pretty decent shape, so yep. All right, so I lowered the main hoop 3/8 of an inch. Figured that out because by knocking that tack off, sliding the main hoop forward, I got it lowered it to the edge of my box here. I can make these smaller on the next gauge to do. I put the A-pillar up here, got it into place. It looked like it fit good, and the notch fit really well too. So then I measured the main hoop to the ceiling, pushed it back where I had it, measured it again. It's 3/8 of an inch difference. So I cut 3/8 of an inch off the bottom of the main hoop, put it in place, tacked it in, and this A-pillar fits really nice. I mean, it's touching over here, which is what I want. It's pretty much touching right there, which is great. The only thing I don't like, and I will show you, is this. This isn't where this is gonna sit. This is gonna sit about there, which makes that gap open. I hate that. So probably I'll change it in my file after I finish this cage, but what I'll do is I'll put a bend right here and then kick this tube inward. It'll be okay. It's just my OCD-ness doesn't like that gap. I think it looks like hell. I mean, especially once I open it up where I need it. I mean, it's gonna roll a little bit and do some different stuff, but yeah, it's gonna be a gap. So I don't really like it. But sits in place right now. I'm gonna bend up the other side and make sure they both fit good. So I changed a little bit of direction. I wanted to build this front box first and get this A-pillar exactly where it's gonna live. I ended up having to rotate the main hoop forward, the bottom of the main hoop forward, so I tilted it back a little more. Just judging by what I have for measurements on the originally, it should be at 8 degrees back. So I'll zero it off this front tube. And we're within a degree. So yeah, that is pretty good. I could kick it back a little more if I really need to, but I don't think I need to. Everything, the notches fit nice on that. That fits the way it should. My measurements from the bottom here to the bottom there are good. Everything else seems good. It fits nicely up in here. Pretty much against the roof the whole way, so that's definitely pretty cool. So excited about that. So yeah, now I've got the box made for the other side. I'll bend up the other A-pillar and get that tacked in. Another thing I learned about bending tube too, I learned this from an old friend of mine. Get yourself a protractor and kind of feed it in here like so. And you can get your actual bend angle with it. Obviously I can't do this one-handed, but once you get your bend angle, comes out at like, the way this one is weird. It says like 160, but really all you do is just like do 180 minus 160 and then you get your bend angle. So that would be 20 degrees, but I gotta actually get a good accurate measurement on this. Alrighty, so I got the passenger side, or the driver's side A-pillar all bent up. Looks pretty good. My clearance between there and there looks about the same as here. All looks good. Clearance on there is about the same as there. So we are in good shape kind of everywhere. Definitely everything else looks good. A-pillar up there and there. It's gonna fit nice and tight. I kind of want to put my seat in, throw my helmet on, just kind of see where everything's gonna land, how it fits with the seat in it. So I'm gonna go do that and figure it out from there. All right, so with the helmet on, definitely a little tight. I can pretty well hit my head on that. I'm gonna have to put some padding on it. It's probably going to just be that way, unfortunately. It's as tight as to the roof as I can get it. So unfortunately, I think it kind of is what it is, but I mean, I'm gonna sit kind of like this anyway. So we'll have to put some padding on that. It's gonna be what it is. But fits nice. Everything seems good. Gotta get a dash bar in it now. I'm gonna put the dash bar in the factory location because it seemed to work pretty good. I'm gonna do a tube over there down to the tranny tunnel, tie into that probably. I do want to get my engine and transmission in here before I weld the dash bar in though, because I really want to make sure that I don't have to cut the tunnel up, because if I got to cut the tunnel up, then I got to cut the dash bar back out of it, so it's kind of pointless to do that right now. So we'll worry about the dash bar before I finish that up. But yeah, no, everything seems to be fitting okay other than me. It's Corvette. I'm 6'4". I'm not gonna fit that well. Kind of is what it is, unfortunately. Part of the deal. We just got to make sure I fit in it good enough to pass tech and to be safe. And so I got my windshield bar in. I don't know how I messed up the measurement, but it's definitely not far enough forward. It'll be fine. It's just not where I would like it. I would like it pretty much touching those nubs. It is all the way up against the roof. It fits decent other than that, but yeah, not really sure what happened there, but we're gonna leave it in this car, but at least I know now. I moved it in the file for the next vet cage I do, so it'll look a little better on the next one. All right, so I'm not really sure what happened. At some point in time during my measurements, something got knocked out of whack with my angle of the cage. So basically I've got the main hoop and the A-pillars in. I ended up shortening the main hoop pretty significantly. I shortened it like 1.5 inches. So I compared my measurements from the actual main hoop to what I have in here. I cut this down here quite a bit in the program, and then I measured, and then the A-pillar. I haven't cut the bottom of the A-pillar at all from where it's originally drawn up from, bent and everything. But in my car, the main hoop lands like 1 inch lower than the A-pillar on where it lands on my plates. So basically that's telling me that the whole cage is rotated back. So essentially take the cage, rotate it back. That's essentially what I'm doing. Bentech's a little weird. It's a little tough to measure angles. They need you to measure a reference off of something. So if we come in here and then I try to do a measurement of this, it's going to give me an outer dimension even though I asked for an inner. And that says it's at essentially 2.75 degrees. However, if I go from here to here and then measure to say here, it's gonna give me, still gave me the same thing. Awesome. Anyway, in the program, I've gotten it so it measures out correctly. It's at 7.2 degrees tilted back in the car. It's at 7.2 degrees tilted here. And that's compared to the A-pillar, to where the A-pillar lands. So the problem here is if I just click on a right side projection, it looks like my door bars are going downwards, when in reality, it's the cage is going up. So it's a little tricky. The door bars are definitely level, versus here it looks like the door bars are going down. So, but really it's, the cage is just tilted back. So I must have just had my angle finder not zeroed properly when I was taking my measurements, or something happened, but everything seems to be fitting well. I was just kind of struggling getting some stuff, like my door bars where they land, that was too short in my program, compared to what was actually in the car. So it was a little tricky, but I think we got it. So I'm gonna bend up the upper door bar. It's only got 2 bends in it, so it'll be a little quicker. So if it does get ruined, I'm not wasting a bunch of tube. I just have one bent tube that I throw out. So alrighty, well, I messed up pretty bad. First door bar is bent. Can't get it in. So I gotta redesign a file and bend up a new door bar. But I'm out of time for today, so we're gonna tackle that next week. So appreciate you tuning in. It's gonna do it for this one. See you on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff.